Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Final Fantasy XVI. We are on the hunt for the Bomb King and I think he's somewhere in this area. I don't know for certain, but considering the hints we got from the hunting board, I think he should be somewhere here. So I will be going around looking for it, seeing if I can actually find it. And if we do, we're gonna fight it, beat it, and use the ingredients you find in there for the quest Weird Science. No. Okay, I thought it was gonna be in this corner. Alright, let's I thought it was gonna be at the red location here up in the corner somewhere. I'm gonna look around. When I find it, let's fight it. Could it be here? In the Imperial Chase. Because I haven't been here yet. And I do believe it has to be somewhere near here. Well, even if it isn't here, it's gonna be a good place just to check it out. Hey, there's a house here.
Straight home now.
Huh. So what do we have here? Some lost noble's house? Let's see if we can find some hidden items in here. There it is. Black blood. Can't get inside. At least not at the moment. Anyway, there's a scythe path somewhere. Oh, guess we need to get outside of the gate first. Ooh, an ancient ruin? Or maybe the ruins of a church. It's definitely a big building. I do see a bomb there. I think I might have found it. Okay, so this is a level B hunting hunt, so technically we should be able to do it. But let's give it a try and see how far we can get. Are you? The Bomb King, rank B. Nice. I don't care about the bounty. I just want what he has.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh, he's definitely hot. Alright, let's give him something bigger to chew on. Doesn't appear we can stagger it. Ooh! Yeah, we're not gonna take close to that. Wait, he split in two? Let's tear it up. Wow. Wow, that was really Okay, so it wasn't summoning others, it was just him in different forms.
Too slow. There's a good boy.
Wow. No, too far away.
Not good.
Get away. Damn. That didn't went as smoothly as I wanted it to be, but in the end we did get it. Bomb Ember. Yes.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought a bucket.
Probably. Oh, thankfully it's all around the area.
This looks like the stuff.
I was almost afraid we had to fight it a couple of more times. Now when we get back to base, we definitely need to restock on our items, that's for sure. You know what, I'm first gonna go back. I want to see what kind of reward we're gonna get from this. And after that, there's still plenty of quests to do. No wait, he's on the other side. In the... There's a workshop of mid. I wonder what we're gonna get for it. Because it's a plus quest, so it definitely should enhance our journey. Maybe we're gonna get bombs to use against our enemies. Like grenades and stuff. I could get behind that, like a very big area of attack type of spell.
Alright there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but we got it.
That's the stuff! And plenty of it too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
He's very happy with the ash, that's good. Are you gonna make something nice for us? Something we can actually use? Sometime later.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned a favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I can work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well,
Ooh, I wouldn't mind that.
to try, I suppose.
I'm always running short on potions in fights.
Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
Usually also because I accidentally press it too often, the potion button, and then use more than I need.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right?
You're
Told
still
you.
talking about your potion
Thank
bag,
you.
right? You didn't slather that
I think.
somewhere else, did you?
No, no. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Well, if you can give me even more bag space, hey, there's nothing I would do for even more potions than that. Level up. Thank you. Treated potion satchel. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Inventory increased. By how much? You said 2, right? You obtained the treated potion satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables. Item slot increase as follow: 4 to 6, 3 to 4, 2 to 3. Nice. I would have loved it for 5 high potions, but I'll take it. I definitely take it. And it did mention that there's a chance for more.
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Alembic gonna help us make. Just you wait, Sid. Just you wait!
Okay, so we might get other quests in the future to increase our bag even further? Or can you do some other weird stuff to our equipment? Maybe. Alright, so we have a few more other quests here. I think all of them are outside the base. Yes. So let's just pick one and go for it. Let's go to Dalimil. Because as always, we just want to complete our side quest before continuing on with the main story, just to make sure we don't miss anything. And if it's
We'll
a
take notice
plus,
of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
I think he is right here.
The St. Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room, hoping to keep out the riffraff, as he puts it.
Ah, he's planning something nasty or something that he wants to do and not to be disturbed?
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Oh. We're here to do something.
Allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
A little bit.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
The
An
blade.
audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Nah, I don't need the luck. The bandits will when they discover me. Alright, let's see where it is. All the way over there? It's not an easier way for us to get there. Nope, it's definitely out, very out in the corner of the desert. Oh well. Let's just jump on a chocobo and we should be there in no time. Alright, let's hunt. It's an advantage that we at least can see on the screen where we need to be, so we just have to roughly aim for it until we get there. And if we see something interesting along the way, we'll definitely play around with it. And it does look like... Is that like a dust devil? I think it is. Doesn't look like there's a lot of chocobos here in the desert. So if we ever want to collect their feathers, eggs, or other things they drop when you defeat them, it's a good place as any. Really close by town and really easy to, well, let's say, beat. No, scorpions. Oh wait, I forgot to replenish my potions. Oh well, let's hope these bandits are not too tough.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Yeah, let's get rid of the riffraff. Oh, come on. The innkeeper? Is that his bandit name, or is he actually an innkeeper? Pretty big for an innkeeper, to be honest. Oh, a little bit too late.
Nice try.
Really? Two of them?
There's a good boy.
One more hit after his stagger. Yeah, these are just normal enemies, so it's a lot easier than a hunt.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more.
That's crazy.
It's the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient.
And that is?
Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Very much appreciated.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too
To
many.
count.
Yeah.
Only one do I consider my nemesis, Lord Byron Rosfield, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
Maybe it's a good thing that we didn't use our actual name.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance.
And yours.
Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Well, maybe the next batch of weapons will be even better than the one we have. Or he's gonna learn us a new skill, like one strike kills. Yeah, I think we just need to go back and see what he can do for us. Or at least what we can do for him, because with this knowledge, his mood is definitely gonna improve. And of course, let's not forget to replenish our stock. Before I forget again.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Go on then.
No, not sell. Replenish.
You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
Oh yeah, no more elixirs. Huh? That's too bad.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I do. Oh well.
Is that all?
Perfect. Yeah, for now.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
I brought you the recipe and the ingredients.
A whetstone? Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy now. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I'll be working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August 2. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right?
Oh, I already got an idea. I just need to find the enemy that drops the resources I need for it. Ooh, Excalibur design draft. Ooh, that sounds really nice. Can we already check what we need for ingredients? Because it should be in there, right?
What do you need? What's that for you, dear?
Here it is. Grimalkin hide. We already got the bomb ember, so we just need to find the hunt that drops a Grimalkin, and then we can make it. Look at that, 18 power better, stagger. Oh yeah, definitely something I need to figure out and you know, hunt down. Can we also reinforce the Excalibur? Usually the blue weapons you cannot enhance, can you? And this is 15, so the Excalibur is better than this, but only by 3 points. So if we can make the Excalibur now, then we don't need to worry about the diamond sword. So in between the episode, I'm definitely going to see if I can find which enemy drops that item, which hunt it is. And then we can try and gather that. Because it means that we don't need to make the diamond, and we can save ourselves a lot of money and resources spending on that. Very good, that's definitely a plan. Alright, let's look for our next target. A bone to pick, slay elder antelopes in Cressida, and payback. Deliver rubies to Martha and Isabel. Let's do that. That sounds a lot easier than hunting down gigantic antelopes. Let's do Martha first. She's easiest to find.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Yeah, everybody likes Clive. Good. Okay, let's see where our other one is. And of course there is nothing in the neighborhood in regards to where to warp to, so another Chocobo run it is. But before we're allowed to do that, we have to get outside first. Oh, well, I don't mind the Chocobo runs, to be honest. Because with the run button, it's so incredibly fast. And it allows us to see something more of the environment. And when I'm doing things like this in between the episodes, yes, I do fight the monsters I come across. Even if it's just for a few little materials, some little extra ability points, you know, that kind of stuff. Makes it all a little bit worth it. Because let's be honest, it doesn't matter how high our level is, all enemies that see us do have the inclination to just attack us. Yeah, I know I touched you, didn't mean that. Hello, Minotaur.
But it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Oh wait, this is not for the star ruby, this is the antelopes. Oh, that would explain why there isn't
We'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal?
a warp point here. I like the Phoenix nowadays, it gives us such a nice start. Enemy slain.
Now, Will it be enough, I wonder?
Oh, he's definitely happy about it.
I say that answers my question.
The senior's little jumps, it's worth it.
You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy.
He is.
You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Yeah, and if we do need more, we'll hunt for more. Alright, anything else here for us that's interesting? Nah, I checked everything out. Alright. Let's go to our next location then. Delivering the crystal to Isabella, which is of course the owner of the brothel. Even though we might not be able to call that when we're in the town. Is it also gonna say like, oh, that's way too much money, we cannot accept it? I seriously doubt that. Well, if we give them more money than we're owed, can they just put it on our bill for services rendered or something, that we can use that in a future date?
What am I gonna do without sweet water and oil of talc? Still no car.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well.
Just 'cause it's you, Clive.
Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
I'm sure that can be arranged. Okay, let's head back to base, finish off these 2 quests, and I think that would be it for today. And next time we can continue onwards with the main story or the little side quest that's there along the way. Depends on what the side quest is, I guess. If it's something we can do while we're there, yes, of course we'll do it straight away.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Alright.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
So in the end, we delivered all of them. Oh, that's okay. Oh well. It gives us something to do, doesn't it? And I think Karen has a little bit of a trouble saying no to us. A little bit more than against God.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Well, I guess that's at least something.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
It always is. Especially when we can make a tidy profit of it.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square. Right away.
Yeah, do a good job and you'll get paid.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
Huh. I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close. Promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was... before fate stepped in. And said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable. Wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when, All I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that.
Yeah, a true friend.
Everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, when Sid gets passionate about something, there's nothing that will stop him. Ooh, past memory?
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall.
Yeah. For being a friend.
Even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
Wait, was that an old note from Sid?
Yes. This is Sid's handwriting.
A thank you note towards Otto for being a friend.
Dear Otto.
It is.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go with the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
We definitely will. He
Before
definitely
you
is the
go-
heart of the hideaway.
Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Yeah, a beautiful story about the friendship between Sid and Otto. Yeah. Sid's goblet, another memory for our chamber. I'll definitely take that. Alright, can we quickly finish off Karen?
It told me she
Because
was
I
building a
did
ship.
not expect such a big, wonderful scene at the end of that quest about Sid and Otto. But I gladly take it. Yeah, because those little kind of stories, if you hear it in the game, that's what makes a game great, doesn't it? Those little stories that make you feel the friendship they had.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
One? We brought 5.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Really, we actually need to thank him for it. It was really nice, really. But in the end, I'm the one that got the bones for Torgal. Oh well. At least he can write it down as that he was right about the information.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one Eikon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Sid. In short, the Eikons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
He definitely is. Ah, no ability points. I will take the rest though. Caval's Fang. Slating increases Torgal attack potency. Good. But with that, we'll leave the episode here for today. And next time we're gonna go for Baklat and pick up that quest that we found along the way last time and see what it is. And see if we can complete that before reaching our destination. So for now, I wish you all a good night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue forward and seeing what kind of side quest we're gonna find there. See you then. Bye bye.